Alright, so this is a thought. Life is the ultimate first-person shooter. Life is the ultimate MMORPG. Life is the ultimate Grand Theft Auto. So, you know, I kind of grew up playing video games like lots of us. And what did I learn from video games? So, okay, so I think this is the reason why kids like video games, Minecraft and stuff like that. Yo, when you're a kid, you don't got no monies. So for the most part in capitalist society, you can't do shit. And so most of us just kind of bored, going to school, blah, blah. And so what is one to do when one doesn't have money to spend? You don't even got money to go watch a movie or whatever. What is it to do? You play video games, because in video games, as a kid, you have control and autonomy over almost everything. Now comes the funny thing, now that we're adults, how much more control and ascendancy do we have over reality? Not much more. You know, you want to buy like fancy cars, you want to get more monies, whatever it may be. And I think most people's, truth be told, is pretty depressed, because it's like everybody is stuck in the matrix, everyone's stuck in the, doing basic shit. And it's not because people is dumb or stupid or whatever, it's more of like modern society traps us inside these metaphorical boxes, and we essentially become like caged, tame animals, in which we're not allowed to do nothing in our lives. Now, I personally believe real life is more about exploration. It's about looking at shit. Looking at trees. Looking at the grass blowing. And maybe treat your own life like it's your own movie. So this is where cinema is so great, because you kind of feel like you get this new form of reality control. And this is where I'm so interested in shooting videos and vlogging and blogging, whatever, is that I could like make my own movie. And my life is my own movie. Yeah, and so the fun thing with blogging, vlogging, making videos, especially if you got YouTube, just go to youtube.com/upload. You could upload anything you want, pretty much unlimited. I'm like, yo, isn't this the fucking coolest thing ever? I'm like thinking like, yo, if I was Akira Kurosawa in today's times, motherfucking like, how happy would I be that I could buy such cheap digital cameras, get all this equipment, I don't need this fancy staff, whatever it may be. And you really have the ultimate control over production, editing, footage, cutting, splicing, post-processing. It's like, I really think that this digital revolution in terms of photography, film, everything in between, it's so underappreciated. Why? Because I think it generally tends to be a bunch of people who are trying to superimpose their lack of artistic whatevers and trying to get you to follow their way rather than encouraging you to do your own way. So in life, I tend to follow the Burger King mentality. You could have it your way. you can have it your way, and you should also have it your way, because that's where being an artist comes from, right? Like, I is me, you is you. Why are you to speak the way other people speak? Why is you trying to, like, you know, be smart or proper or intelligent or coherent or consistent, get all the likes? You cannot use likes to buy meat. And so, like, even at this point during COVID, I only really find two good uses of money during COVID now. Is one, buying meat, and the second one is paying rent. Besides that, there's kind of not much else really that's good for monies. And now is really the ultimate time for us to flourish as artists. Even just going in nature, right? And just like fucking record grass. There's actually a nice thing from the philosopher Publius Iris, is like, even a hair could cast its own shadow, which means even the smallest detail could be beautiful if you look closely enough. Also, things I appreciate during COVID, all notions of professionalism, you know, doing things legitimately, whatever, all this shit is totally thrown out the window, which means you could do anything you want. There's no more rules, no more regulations. It's almost kind of like the Wild Wild West, or like we're getting like a soft reset on society. And therefore, I know my personal ambition is to use this to my maximal opportunities. And it certainly seems in life, the most logical thing we could do is live your life in accordance with what is maximally beneficial to you without doing a direct harm upon others. So it's kind of like a combination of libertarianism, Nassim Taleb's philosophy, and also like maybe Kantian ethics, but not really Kant because it's a little bit too complicated. And I think he's kind of like a poser. But the general gist is maybe like kind of in the vibes of Nietzsche, for us to unlearn morality, create our own new morals, or create our own new ethics, maybe live a more individual life, a more selfish life that's focused on ourselves, also realizing that selfish doesn't mean evil. So also, what does this mean? It means us enjoying more walks, enjoying more talks, walking around the blocks, walking in our socks. And then with the rap music, don't worry about the Glocks. And then it don't matter how big is your... Yeah, so for us to just kind of fuck with it, play with it, have fun with it. There's a really nice phrase that I like from Jay-Z. It's like, let that bitch breathe. And it's not to be, doesn't mean like, you know, bitches and women. It's just kind of like, let that shit breathe. And what does that mean? It means essentially means in our lives, yeah, let yourself breathe, give it some fresh air, give yourself some fresh air. Having some negative space is always good. Not treating yourself too seriously. Yo, check out this. Check out this friggin' modern art. Oh, I love this. It's so funny. Like, if you're a sports car, your car is your camera, you could just kind of bob and weave. This might be a good photo assignment. So one of my personal life goals during COVID-19, you know, like kind of like Eminem, I want to get more handsome and flyer, which means for me to keep lifting weights. Even like my facial structure, I kind of like it. Cindy's been cutting my hair. She's been doing a pretty good job. To keep lifting weights, to keep trying to get swole, and you know, become like a pseudo bodybuilder while stuck in quarantine, whatever. And yeah, also just appreciate beauty, like kind of like how that thing is like kind of whipping in the air. Some American Beauty shit. Yeah, so, you know, now that life is kind of funny and weird, yeah, maybe we could use this chance to go off-roading, use this chance to go blogging, vlogging. I mean, if you want to start getting into video and blogging and stuff like that, just pick up a cheap GoPro or buy a new GoPro, or what I'm currently using is a Lumix G9 and a Rode video mic with a Windjammer kit on top. You know, shoot all the different formats, just kind of play with it, have fun, shoot 4K, shoot 1080, experiment with the different FPSs. And it really don't matter what you talk about, what you do. What's just the most important is that you just have fun, you just kind of go exploring. And even kind of like this idea where it's like, I really think the future of photography is going to be like, you essentially create like kind of this hybrid between photo and video where you're doing both, right? You're walking, you're on the streets, you know, people like the YouTubies. So you upload photos, videos, pictures, audio, start your own podcast. There's a platform called Anchor, anchor.fm. You do that, you know, start your own website, bluehost.com, install wordpress.org. Seems like the goal. I want to start doing some more classes on that because that's actually something I believe in. Don't do Squarespace, it's kind of stupid. You don't have as many things. So generally my gist is own your platform if you want to own yourself. That seems like the best way to thrive in today's brave new world. How deep is the hole?
Probably about 10 feet.
Do you mind if I look inside? It's okay if I don't have to. It's cool. Oh, okay, no worries about it.
I got
Alright, I'm just gonna... Yo, you guys are brave. I'll be scared.
What you doing?
I'm just walking around shooting videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just like a student, so I just I'm just stuck and bored at home. There's only so much porn you could jerk off to before you can't get bored, right?
What, you got like YouTube followers or something?
Yeah, I just do the YouTube thing, and honestly at this point it's just like anything to get me out of the apartment is good.
Yeah.
I'm over in that building over there too,
Yeah.
so yeah, I've blown my load, so
Yeah, there you go.
alright dude, take care.
You too, man.
Alright, take care brother. Alright, yeah, so I guess I'm starting this new series, A Day in the Life of Eric Kim. What does Eric Kim do? Likes to walk around, talk to strangers, joke around. Look at this guy. Look at the peoples doing their people stuff. And this is kind of cool. It's like an experiment with 4K at 24 FPS. Looks like it works pretty good. Yeah, so the question is, who's gonna thrive in today's brave new world? You. Make your website, make your YouTube channel, blog, podcast, blah, blah. Become a full stack entrepreneur.